Hey, you guys. So this is my first presentation. I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was about 5 years old. I found out about my diagnosis when I was in kindergarten, and my teacher explained to my parents that I that I needed more help in class than other kids. My diagnosis affects me in my everyday life by needing more time and repetition when learning new information in school or outside of school. In kindergarten, my teacher tried her hardest to give me the time I needed, but since there was at least like 30 kids in our class, she told me that she couldn't help me all the time and that I should be put in a better school where I could get the help I needed to learn. Um, I learned how to deal with my diagnosis. When reading or learning, I allow myself to use repetition and give myself time to process the new information. Another way I deal with my diagnosis is taking notes and highlighting important information, which allows me to memorize faster. During quizzes, I use flashcards, which also allows me to memorize information faster. Uh, and I'm not quite sure when I study the best, because I study when I'm able to study, because when I arrive back home from school is when I usually do my homework and study. Um, I guess the afternoon I study the best, since that's when I usually study. I study by reviewing my notes, making flashcards out of my notes, and asking someone to quiz me. Studying for my quiz usually takes around an hour or two, sometimes even longer. It depends on what test I'm taking. Um, my personal information is, since I was 4 years old, I've been a vegetarian, and my parents make me delicious healthy foods such as veggie burgers, kale, pasta, a lot of vegetables, and other proteins that I can get from different foods. I sometimes eat chicken because I I kind of like chicken, but I don't eat red meat, so that's the only meat I'll eat. Um, I haven't really exercised in a while. I used to take Kung Fu. I took Kung Fu for at least a year and a half. And then after that, once I stopped that, I took yoga over the summer. But I just haven't really exercised in a while, except for when I go to the gym at my school. But I really should exercise, I think. Um, I usually fall asleep around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. But sometimes I go to sleep a little bit later, because I just can't. I really can't fall asleep. I wake up every day around 7 o'clock for school. I'm usually unable to fall asleep right away, but I sleep quite well most of the time. My future goals are, I want to go to BMCC and then transfer from there after 2 years, and maybe go to NYU and learn acting or do photography or something creative, because I love being creative. It's just who I am. Um, I want to keep on loving everyone when I get older and be someone who you can rely on. I would like to keep on maturing as a person every day by being open-minded and allowing myself to learn every day something new, because there's so much stuff every day to learn. There's never a time where you can't learn anything new. And yeah. And as a recap, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was around 4 or 5 in kindergarten. And I learned how to deal with my diagnosis over the years by taking my time with learning and using repetition to learn information. And since I was 4 years old, I've been a vegetarian, but sometimes I eat chicken. My future goals, I really want to go to college and try my best at succeeding at college and don't stop learning and keep on trying my hardest every day to succeed at something. And that's my educational profile, part 1, by Nisi Sparrow. Thank you, guys. And I hope that this was better than my first video. I think I did okay, but I'm not sure. Please let me know what you guys think of my first presentation, and if there's anything I could work on. And thank you guys. Bye.